Hey everyone, welcome to Photo U. We're so glad that you're here with us tonight. We're going to talk about wall decor, ways to use your photos, your scrapbook products, all sorts of fun things for wall decor. And we have two lovely people here, so we're going to give both Amy and Debbie 25 points for coming on time. So if you will chat your account number to Lisa E., she will get those points into your account so that you can do some shopping and ordering, okay? But as I said, we're going to work on some wall decor things. So we're going to start off with our digital, and Brooke is going to do that for us. So I'm going to turn the time over to Brooke. Brooke, are you ready? You have to actually request the screen.
Nothing popped up. Usually something pops up.
Oh, because I make you host. That's what it is.
There we go. Okay. So if I share my screen, we should be seeing a PowerPoint.
That is what we see.
Yay. Okay. All right. So we're going to be going over some fun ways to decorate your homes or your offices or other living spaces with Youngevity Photo products. So Stacy will talk a little bit about the hands-on side of things, but I'm going to cover both Heritage Makers and Snap to Finish, just fun digital ways to decorate, whether it's using your photos or making your own unique word art, anything like that to decorate your space. So we're going to go room by room, basically within a house, just for some ideas with templates in Heritage Makers. So great fun ideas. So this first one is some ideas for maybe family or living rooms, those types of places where we all love to put family pictures, maybe our most recent nice looking family pictures or wedding photos, or even fun things like these established date signs that are very, very in right now and so much fun to have the date up on the wall. Or these are our house rules, anything like that. So lots and lots of fun ideas for the main living spaces that everyone sees every day. What about like your teen child's bedroom, or even maybe preteen, just that non-child level, little more adult decor, but still super fun. So things like this fun selfie canvas that Lisa put together this past week. It says, sharing your life with family and friends, kind of as a definition for selfie. Really fun idea. Or this fun wood print from last year sometime. I love this saying. It says, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. Super fun. I love all these fun ideas, and we do have some great ideas for a little more masculine, maybe your teenage boys, not so much girly stuff. And then if we transition into kids' rooms, there's super fun stuff. I'm going to say that a lot. Sorry, I'm around my kids all day, and I tend to say super fun or super hot. So if I say super a lot, just go with it. But I love these fun kid-themed ideas. So this is more of a poster maybe to take to school with all of your favorites on it. But if you did that, how much fun to bring it back home after and frame it and put it on the wall for the child to enjoy, to be able to look up and see, oh, there's my puppy, or there's my family, my favorite things. This is all about me. Or a fun saying with a fun picture from your last family pictures that you did. Or this fun definition of the word boy, the wildest of all animals, a noise with dirt on it, so precious to their mother. So true. These fun, I love these little chore charts. These are, you could do these either on a paper print and put it in a frame with either a glass or the UV coating on there that you can apply for free at checkout. Or you could even do these on a metal print that automatically has that dry erase surface that are really great. I love doing the dry erase markers on the metal prints. It's one of my favorite things to do. So these are fun, just personalized with a picture, maybe a name, and easily just change up the chores on there, and it's all ready to go. Really easy. Transitioning down into babies. So lots and lots of fun ideas, whether it's just putting a name on a print that's already designed. These are great for gifts. Or if you have so many pictures, we all take lots and lots of pictures of our kids. And a lot of fun to put those into a canvas for decoration. This one back here is actually my son, and I have 2 little boys, and I have one of these canvases for each of them, and this is their first year. So I've got one picture per month, all the way up to 12 months, and a newborn picture in the middle, and it's got their stats, it's got their names, and I love having these in my hallway. I walk past them every day, and I'll just find myself staring at the pictures. I love to sit and reminisce, because how quickly do they change? They go from this cute newborn baby stage so quickly into children, and I love being able to look back on the baby stage. Even though we all go through that stage very hazy with the lack of sleep, it's fun to look back on. Okay, back to hallways. So like I was saying, that's where I keep those 2 canvases of my boys, because I love walking past them. So things like this, where you could put pictures of each of your children, something you want to see every day, because we all walk through the hallway multiple times a day, and you want to see something that you love, something that makes you smile. So whether it's the date and names of your family, maybe the state where you live, these are very, very trendy right now. We added a couple of new ones the past couple of days that are a little more trendy, not so much fancy. But take a look at those. So we've got lots of fun state template ideas, and these are very, very easy to change out the state that you reside in. I'm actually going to show that a little bit tonight, because it's really easy to do. So fun things to have in your hallway, something that you want to see multiple times a day, because you will find yourself standing there in the hallway looking and reminiscing. Who doesn't spend at least a little bit of time in the kitchen every day? And how many fun things are there to be able to put up in the kitchen? So I love this one. It says, homemade with love. In other words, I licked the spoon and just kept cooking. Super fun. This is one from a little while back. It says, I like hugs and I like kisses, but what I'd really love is help with the dishes. Just fun things to make you smile. Or even, this is I believe this one is an 11 by 14 print. It might be a larger poster size. Either way, great to frame and have on the wall to be able to write out your menu for the week. Really easy to let each child pick what they want to eat one day a week if they wanted to. Just assign them a day and say, here, write what you want, and then put together the grocery list and go. So fun ideas. This one, there's a couple of new ones of these in the template gallery. This one's a little more, not necessarily masculine, but not super feminine. And then there's a feminine version with flowers and a butterfly, and it's super cute. But really easy to just change out this text and put a name on there. So it could be in Grandpa's kitchen. It could be in Caroline's kitchen. It could be in Benjamin's kitchen, whoever's kitchen it is. Whoever it is that lives in the house that spends most of the time cooking or loves to cook, something fun to just say, in so-and-so's kitchen, we lick the spoon. Or in this kitchen, we have fun. In this kitchen, we love food. Really easy to just change out the text to whatever fits the home or the room that it's in. Just enjoy your decor. And I love being able to do that with Heritage Makers and Snap to Finish, because you can really make it yours, as opposed to just whatever you happen to find at the store and go, oh, that's cute. I love being able to completely personalize the decor in my home. So these are some fun ideas that we came up with, and then we've got some really fun ideas that we got from people sending us their pictures of what they've done to decorate their home with Youngevity products. Or to be more specific, with Youngevity Photo products. So these are a series of canvases and some wood prints that we made in Snap to Finish and Heritage Makers. I'm actually going to show you guys how I put this one together tonight, so be ready for that in Snap to Finish. But we put some photos on a couple of large canvases, and then we had some fun coming up with this. So these are 2 canvases in Snap to Finish. So all 4 of these canvases were done in Snap to Finish. And then I was sitting there thinking, how fun would wood prints be for this to add a little more texture, to just give a different look and not such a uniform canvas look, because we all love mixing different mediums to give a different visual appearance on the wall. So these are wood prints with just a natural finish. When you look at these in Heritage Makers and Studio, it's a white background with black text. That's all it is. But then when you get them, it's this gorgeous wood that gives a natural finish, and each of the wood prints, because it's wood, it has a different look to it. So you never know quite the wooden look you're going to get, what grain or what, I can't remember all of the wood terms, but gorgeous wood finish. And then I thought to myself, how much fun would it be to put a wooden background paper, a nice dark color, on the wood print, but leave the words that natural finish. So that's what I did with these two. And I love the dark, rich color that it gives. So the sides are still this natural. And we've got a couple of pictures from other people who show the side of a wood print. It still shows that nice natural side. And you can tell that the words are not a true white. They're this natural wood. Because anything on a wood print, any surface, any part of the design that is white will come out natural like this. It makes pictures on wood prints absolutely gorgeous and interesting to look at. But how much fun is it to either enjoy the natural finish of the wood to give you some variety in the collage on your wall, or to give that wood print a bit of texture and make it a little bit richer and really just make it pop. So these are 3 different versions of basically the same little collage layout, but each of them has different personality to it. So choose something that will really make it you, or even make a couple of different versions and switch them out from time to time, or switch out the pictures here and there and enjoy it. Just make it yours. So these are a few actual pictures from people that we asked for submissions of. Show us how you decorate your home with Youngevity Photo products. So this is Lisa's house. I don't know if she wants me telling her that, but this picture is absolutely gorgeous. So this is a photo canvas with a fun saying above it. Just really simple, putting a photo on canvas, and even with some text, I don't know what this says here, but really can make a statement. You look at it on your wall and you see it and you remember and you think back on what day that was, or your family, or how young the kids were, and you enjoy it. This is what I was talking about. This is an edge of a wood print here. So you can see that it gives the picture a nice kind of a bit of interest because it's not on a white background. So things tend to pop a little differently. The red on the pants here sticks out, and you get this nice natural wood along the sides. Makes a great addition to a collage wall, or a gallery wall, as you might have heard. These are all different canvases. There are some that are collages and some that are just pictures, and you put them all together on the wall with a fun quote, and it looks wonderful. I love that these create a nice square visual appearance. So with the love here, it squares it off. So you've got these 2 canvases here and a couple of other pieces that you can get from anywhere or that you already have, and just make it a full look. These are a couple of others. I love these travel pictures. Great way to remember your travels and your adventures, or remembering someone that you love, maybe who has passed away, or a story of someone you love that you just want to cherish and hold tight. This is a scrap page in a frame and an absolutely gorgeous story behind it. Then this is, let's see, you've got, I think this is a metal print. Some of these are Anthology products. It's actually a set. And Stacey, you'll have to forgive me if I don't remember the name of the set. But with this cute arrow and the clipboard and all that, I love it. And the Mickey head. This is, I forget who submitted this one, but I love it. She said it was in her office, and I love the gorgeous sunshiny yellow. How bright and fun and colorful to look at and just make you happy, especially maybe if it's your work office and you just need a little bit of a boost in the mornings or whenever you're working. I love that color. These are the last couple, and these are actually from my house. I've been meaning to redo this wall, but it's been up for a couple years now, and I still love it. I've got a couple of fun sayings that we love, some old family pictures, some newer family pictures that probably could be replaced, an established canvas with our monogram, and a picture of, which picture? And then this is from my son's room from when he was a baby. He's still in his crib, but he's probably getting close to moving in with his brother. So I designed this when I was pregnant, and I love it. And it just has his name and a couple of fun sayings. These are 12 by 12 canvases, really easy to just hang next to each other, and they look great on, oop, they disappeared. They look great on that striped wall. I love it. So really fun and easy. Play around with it and just make it yours. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. You can do absolutely anything with these digital products in both Heritage Makers and Snap to Finish. So get an idea, whether it's off of Pinterest. I'm actually going to jump over there. I was going to talk about some places where we might find inspiration. So Whether it's places like Pinterest or maybe looking through magazines, maybe you go to someone's house and you go, wow, I really like what you did with that wall there. And maybe you snap a picture with your phone, because we all have cameras in our pockets now. Take a picture and go, wow, I think I could do something kind of like that at my house. So wherever you find your inspiration, like we talked about in last month's class, find something that sparks your interest and makes you think and make it your own. So, excuse me. I wanted to hop onto Pinterest here because you can search all kinds of different things on Pinterest and come up with lots and lots and lots of inspiration. So this, I searched canvas collage, and you get all kinds of different layout ideas, and a lot of these will give you the size. So for example, in this one, so like this 12 by 12, 12 by 12, and 16 by 24, you could easily do that in Heritage Makers, or most of those, or with our different sizes in Snap to Finish. So figure out a layout that you like and then just order the pieces to fit that size. You can also find ideas for maybe designing something that just has a lot of pictures on one thing. So if you're like me and you take a lot of pictures and you don't want to have a lot of huge things on your wall, maybe just combine several of the pictures into one piece. So there are lots of different ideas that you can get here on Pinterest. You can also search things like gallery wall. This is a very, very on-trend thing that people are doing. I love these fun, just kind of hodgepodge walls. And you'll find when you look through pictures, it helps to have some kind of a layout. So you'll find people that show tips on how to lay it out so that it looks cohesive. But how easy would it be to create some of these pieces in Heritage Makers or Snap to Finish? Very, very quickly, maybe to have some of your pictures. You could replace a couple of these with canvases or some wood prints, maybe a shaped metal print, and really make it something that you will look at every day and love. So lots of good inspiration on here. I wanted to show you one idea that we saw and absolutely loved, and how easy would this be to make with canvases, metal prints, or wood prints, or even framed paper prints. Really easy and really fun. And I found a couple of other variations of this. So you basically just got solid pictures and then a couple of plain ones with words, maybe words that are special to your family, or it could be names. You could have family member names on these, but really simple and easy. And how quick and easy would it be to switch out some of these pictures here and there? So maybe these are 8x8 canvases, and every once in a while you just order a couple of new canvases and swap them out. So really fun ideas, all that can be achieved very quickly and easily with any of the Youngevity digital products. So I loved the couple of variations on that idea. And really that shows that you can take a concept that you really like or really feel inspired by and make it your own. Do something that you will enjoy or that your family will like to see on the wall. So I wanted to just show a couple of those, and wow, we're going through time. Okay, we're gonna hop over into Snap to Finish, and I'm gonna show a couple of things in there and then a couple over in Heritage Makers, and then we will give Stacy some time with the hands-on. So we're gonna show home decor products, and I'm gonna just jump really quick into a canvas. So I'm gonna click canvases. And I love, can I just say, I love in Snap to Finish that when you select a product like this that has multiple different sizes, it shows this lovely visual, and you can see, okay, comparatively, how big are some of these? So you can look at, okay, so there's a 24 by 36 compared to a 20 by 20. So let's play around with a 12 by 12 just to simplify. I'm going to click Get Started. And then it's going to give me a couple of options to get started with. I'm going to go with full-size photo. This would be really easy if you've already got some pictures uploaded in any size of any of these decor products, just to grab a picture, pop it onto a canvas, and finish it and be done. So you could order several different canvases or wood prints or anything like that here on Snap to Finish very quickly, just by popping the pictures in and adding to cart when you're, obviously when you're ready. A couple things to take notice of. So this is a canvas. You'll notice these squares cut out of the edges. So this is actually non-visible space, and this portion right here on each of these strips is what will be wrapped around the edges of the canvas. So if I were to leave this picture where it popped in, her face is going to be wrapped around the edge of the canvas, which is obviously not what we would want if we're hanging it on the wall. Unless maybe you've got a divorced couple and you're trying to cut someone out of the picture. Other than that, I don't recommend it. Try to keep people, especially focal points of the picture, in the center of the canvas so that you get nice clean edges and nobody important being cut off around the edge. So just something to be aware of. Now I wanted to show you guys how I made this canvas here in Snap to Finish. I loved this idea. We found these 3 black and white pictures and I love this. So I'm going to actually delete this picture off of here. Gives me a nice blank space. And then I'm going to go to layout. So I want to choose a layout, and there are several different options here. Some with a white border. This is inside of the wrap area. It'll give you a border on the face of the canvas, and some without. I'm going to pick this nice 4-picture, perfectly square layout, and then I'm going to go to my pictures. And yes, they are in this folder. And we're just going to pop these into a couple of the spaces. And give them a minute to load because they are a little bit larger. And this 4th one, I'm just going to delete off of here. So it gives me a blank corner of the canvas that just has a nice white background, which with these black and white pictures looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, some of these I'm going to adjust just a little bit to bring these people closer to the center of the canvas because her face right here is off of the edge. I'm going to bring this in a little bit, a little more, and just adjust these so that they're each where I want them. Make sure that looks good. So I've got my pictures easily placed. That was really quick. And then I'm just going to go down to this white space, and I'm going to pick from the clip art. Now let's see. I think I found that wreath portion. Yep, in here. So I'm going to find a piece that I like. It could be absolutely any of these. I just really liked the black and white appearance of this laurel leaf design. And I'm going to put 2 of these up here. Okay. So I'm going to pull one and then put another one. I'm going to grab this one and rotate it around 180 degrees. You'll find that it snaps in place when you get exactly flipped, which is very, very, very helpful. And then I'm going to just slide these both down here. They're a little bit big, so I think I want to take them down a little bit. Yeah, because they're taking up quite a bit of space. I probably wouldn't have a lot of space for text. So I'm going to make them just a little smaller, and I want to try and get them both about the same size. I'm going to line them up, and then I love that it gives me those nice lines to show, yes, these are the same size, they're lined up, perfect. So I'm going to drag these, and I want to get them close to centered in the space. Again, you have to pay attention to the wrap area. So you'll see I've got a little too much space here compared to this side, so I'm going to slide them that way a little bit. And just eyeball it. And then it shows me when the 2 of them are lined up. And then I'm going to go to the text. And I don't remember what text we use on here. I love making up names for templates and things. It gets a little fun sometimes. So let's see. Williams. So I'm going to start with our last name because it's going to kind of be the focal point of the text area here. And I wish I could remember which font we used. I think it might have been this one. But I'm just going to play around. So if you're making it for yourself, you can play around and pick a font that you love. And then just slide it into the center here. The text box here is a little bit wide. So I'm going to take it and make it a little skinnier and then slide it into the center. So it's telling me that it's centered horizontally, side to side with the 2 little laurel leaf pieces until I click it and drag it out of place. And then I'm going to add another empty text box. It's going to keep the same text as before, but we're going to actually change that. And this one I want to say Will and Amy, or rather Will plus Amy. And because that one is a fairly scripty font, we're going to pick one that's a little more blocky. It gives a nice contrast and adds some interest. And I'm going to make it quite a bit smaller. And then again, I want to make the text box itself skinnier so that it will fit on this corner of the canvas. And then I'm just going to center it basically where I want and do one more text box. Again, it's going to keep the same one as before, which in this case is very handy. And then we're going to put a date. So you could put the full wedding date, or you could just put established 2015. Didn't want to click a picture. Very, very quick and easy. Again, we could put a full date if I wanted to, but it is the same font and size as the names, which visually frames the last name there. So it gives a nice look between the two laurel leaves. It's very simple, very easy. And I'm just going to preview it to see, okay, if the wrap area looks nice and if this is pretty close to centered. I think it looks pretty nice. Very easy. Save it. And when it's done thinking, then we add to cart. Super easy as that. I love how quickly you can do things in Snap to Finish. So it's asking you just to make sure that there are no spelling or grammatical mistakes and your pictures are displayed correctly how you would like them. So things like the faces here on the front of the canvas not being wrapped, and it's going to put it in the cart for you ready for any other projects you might add along with it to order. So I love how quick and easy that is. Sorry, Stacy, I'm going to go over your time a little bit. I hope you are okay with that.
You go for it. You're just fine.
Okay. Let's see. So let's hop over into Heritage Makers, just so that we don't take too much of Stacy's time. Now, I wanted to show a couple of things. So really quick, we're going to open up a canvas, just so I can show a little bit of the difference between designing a canvas in Snap to Finish and designing one in Heritage Makers. So this is a 12 by 12 canvas. I'm going to click here to begin. If you guys have any questions, or if there have been anything that would like to be shown or shown again, please let them know in the questions, and Lisa or Stacy will point it out to me to show again. Okay, so if you pull up a 12 by 12 canvas in Heritage Makers, this is what it looks like compared to the one we were just in Snap to Finish. So you'll notice these pink bars here are just like that space in Snap to Finish that we just saw. So instead of the cropped out corners, we've just got these nice colorful guidelines that show you the same thing. And if you read the design guide on any of these projects, especially if you're in it for the first time, it'll just tell you and acquaint you with what each of those spaces are, what each of the colors mean. So the pink area will be the sides of the canvas, and the gray and the white will be wrapped around the back. So again, there's going to be a little bit of leeway because with either of these, they are hand wrapped, and so it may shift a little bit side to side or top to bottom. So just be careful to keep your important text or faces away from the wrap area if you don't want them to get wrapped around. So I just wanted to show how to do a single photo on a canvas in Heritage Makers. So we don't have the nifty drop a picture in and have it fill the same space, but it makes it so that you can tweak it a bit and make it exactly how you would like. It makes it very easy to do that. So I'm going to take a picture. Let's see, we've got a square canvas, so I want to pick one that'll look nice on the square. Let's use one of these that we did for those large canvases. So I'm just going to grab an edge and make it larger. Now I actually want to crop it to be kind of square. So if I were to keep pulling this, then it's going to fill the space, but it's going to have those really wide edges. So you'll notice the rubber bands on this. On a canvas, there's a bit of give, if you would, in the definition. So you can actually comfortably go into the yellow a little bit with a picture and have it still be perfectly clear on the canvas. You're not going to notice because of the texture of the canvas. So with any of our paper products, you will want to make sure to keep your picture in the green with the border here. If you stretch it much into the yellow, orange, or red, it will be most likely quite blurry. It's just trying to help you keep your picture at its optimum resolution. So this one, even if I were to do it right here, with this right here, this is going to be on the back of the canvas. so it should be okay, but it is better if you can make your picture go all the way to the edge. That way, no matter what, you won't have any white spaces on the edges of your canvas, any of the visible space. It just gives you that full bleed area. So again, if I want to make this square, I'm just holding down Shift while I slide these in, and it's cropping the picture. You'll notice it's making them look quite tall and skinny. So I'm going to lock that and go back to my picture, and then just drop this into the drop photo here to swap box there in the middle. So that's showing up because it is locked. That's the pink border. You do want to be careful. If you drop in a picture while it's locked, you will not see the color of the border. So it helps to unlock it just to see what the color is. Make sure you're not into the red and going to have a very, very blurry photo. For example, if you tried to do a large canvas with a picture from Facebook or a phone picture that may not be the highest quality, you're probably going to have a blurry picture when you receive the canvas. So please, when you're printing a larger product, make sure you're checking the resolution. The same thing is true for Snap to Finish. It will give you a notification saying that the picture is not high enough resolution for the size of the project you're working on. So just be aware of that. Now, if I wanted to do a picture that's probably going to fit a little bit better on this canvas, visually, since it's a square picture, they fit on here a little better. It's not as close. So again, another thing to be aware of, just pay attention to what it's going to look like when it's finished with the face area here, and that'll give you a nice indication. I'm clicking save to make sure that it updates the thumbnail here. I mostly do that because my house is in the middle of nowhere and I have not the best internet reception. So it helps to just give it that kick to update the thumbnail there. Now, I wanted to show one other thing in Heritage Makers. Sorry if I'm moving fast. Please let me know if there's something you want to see again or if you have a question about. I'm just going to hop into the template gallery here and show you several of the new templates that are in there and how to update from one of them. So, like I said, there are these new fun state templates. I'm actually going to show you how to do one of those really quick. Lots of fun word art. These are the two wood prints, the two types of wood prints that I was showing in the pictures before that we swapped out with the canvases. So these are wood prints that will give you that nice, natural, light wood finish. They just have a white background, but it allows you to see the natural wood when you receive them. These two have a wood background on them, which will print over the natural wood and make it harder to see the natural wood. It gives it a little different color than this, if you remember from what I showed you. So it gives it a little bit different color because it's not printed on white like a paper product, but then the white area will have that natural finish. So there's the distinction between the two of those again, next to a canvas with a patterned white background. So wood prints are absolutely so much fun to add a little bit of texture and add a little bit of difference to your layout on your wall. So there's lots of fun different photo layouts. Again, if you take lots and lots of pictures, for example, these are a massive canvas. These are 24 by 36 inches. They are very large. And this has 77 square photo spots. When you see them, because the canvas is so large, this is actually a very decent sized picture. It's not too small that you're going to have a hard time seeing it, but it allows you to put a whole bunch of fun pictures in there so that you can sit there and stare at the wall and enjoy looking at all of these different pictures and reminiscing about all of the fun adventures that you've had as a family. So lots of fun there and really easy to do. Lots of fun different canvases and decor items, kind of that we showed in the slideshow at the beginning. I'm just going to show you how to do one of these fun state prints. Really easy, because sometimes it's hard to see the states that are shown or see a template as it's shown and not think about how you can change it. So these you might think, oh, well, I don't live in that state, so obviously that one won't work for me. But let me show you how easy it is to change up the state on here to make it work for you. So this one is a horizontal layout, so this will work for the wider states. If you live in a taller state, maybe Florida, you might want to choose the vertical layout that will give you space for a taller state. So all I'm going to do, it opened this up, I'm going to click on the state, and you'll notice it's just a white item there. And I'm going to right click and click Open Collection. and it's going to pull up the collection that these are from. These are actually a premier item, but we do have another state collection that also has Canadian provinces, and I believe that collection is basic, but you'll notice that those ones don't go quite as large. We might actually be able to tweak that, Stacy. Hadn't thought about that. But just to let you know, so this one is a premier collection. So I'm going to pick a different state. Let's see. Something wide. Good grief, testing my elementary age geology. So I'll drop that one in there. Geography. Oh dear, it is late. Okay, I'm going to remove the crop on this because you'll notice it's cutting off a little bit of the top and bottom here because this one is shaped a little differently and the box is a bit different sized. So I'm going to remove the crop, and then I'm going to rotate the box a little bit just to square it off so that the top and bottom are fairly straight. If you prefer it to be more map accurate with the sides not being perfectly straight, that's perfectly fine. Leave it however you would like. Personally, I like having the straight edges. It makes it a little easier for me to look at. So all I'm going to do is rotate a little bit. I think I'm going to check to make sure it's centered. So I'm going to page and then align middle and align center. And yep, it's still centered from where I had it before. And then I'm just going to click this text box and hold down Shift and click these 4 alphabet letters. I'm going to unlock them. They have a pink border, which means they are locked. I cannot move them. So if I unlock them and then click one of these, it's easier to click the text box. If you tried to click one of the alphabet letters, you might miss. So always better when you're aiming for something like that to click the wider, easier to grab items. I'm not sure where I want to place this on here. I think this bottom corner over here. You can have fun. You could place it exactly in the middle if you want, or pick a corner, or wherever it fits best on your state. Some are a little harder than others. If you wanted, you could change the text in here. You could say home is wherever I am with you instead of wherever we are together. So you could change it however you'd like. If you wanted to change out these alphabet letters, if you maybe don't like the gold, however you wanted, or even the background paper. So for example, if I would rather go into a collection here and say, oh, you know what? I really like this plaid. I think I'll drop in the plaid. It's a little hard to see because it makes it harder to see in these areas. Maybe this fun navy blue polka dots. So whatever you want to make it match your home decor, really easy to change it out. You could even change the color of the state here if you wanted. So play around with it, make it your own, and don't see a template for exactly what it is, but think about what you can easily do to change it if you don't like it exactly how it is. So if it's not completely what you would do, but you could see yourself going, oh, okay, but I could do it with a lighter color background, and that might be something that would look good in my home. So see something for the potential of what it is. Don't look at a template and think, oh, well, that's not perfectly what I want, so I'm not going to use that. See the potential and know that in Heritage Makers and even in Snap to Finish, it's really easy to create something that you will love. Even if you use a template as a starting point, so you're not designing from scratch, just enjoy what you make and make something that you will enjoy. So that is all I have for the digital side, now that I've run into Stacy's traditional time. But I can't wait to see what she has to show.
Sorry, starting my video back up again. And if you will share it back to me, that would, or make me the host, that would be lovely.
There we go. I clicked stop share, so it should be coming back to you. Did something pop up? No, that was sharing my screen. Hang on, let's see. We'll get the hang of this eventually. You want you, not your phone, correct?
Me to, yes, make me the host, Stacy.
There you are.
Okay, and then I can turn on my phone's video.
There we go.
Which... Well, while we're switching everything over, let's give away some additional points. So we're going to give points away to L Cooley 1. Sorry, I'm not sure who you are. L Cooley 1. You have 25 Heritage Makers points. If you will message Lisa E, your account number, she'll get those in for you, okay? And I'm now going to make my desktop, and I'm going to turn my monitor, make sure everyone can hear everything. And wow, if you could see this, you'd know that I am one heck of a messy creator. So we're talking about home decor, decorating your walls. And so I have a couple of ideas with photos, but mostly I want to show you how you can use your scrapbooking products for things. So this is the word spring, and what I did was took strips of paper and put them on a piece of paper like this. Actually, I put the strips on cardstock first, and then I laid this over it, and you can see this is my cutout dude. I cut out the letters, and then I put it on backing and put it in. This is one of the Anthology frames, okay? I did put it on cardstock. It made it really super thick and a little bit harder to cut than I had planned on. So you may not want to do that, but you could do any word here. You could do your family name. And I actually have this as a JPEG, and when I post the video, I'll post the JPEG for spring. I just did this in Photoshop. You could do it inside of Word, a variety of different places. And I did use foam square, so you'll see it's lifted up just a little bit, just add a little bit of depth to it. Nothing all that exciting. One of the home decor trends that I've been seeing is animals. And this is using an Anthology clipboard. And this giraffe was so adorable. And after doing this now, I probably would use a brighter color. And in fact, I cut it out with this color. But look at how fun that plaid is. You could actually have kissing cousins there if you want to, okay? So I just went and found a coloring page for a giraffe, downloaded it. It looks like this. And I put a little bit of adhesive on the back of it in these spots where I knew it was going to be taken off the paper, trimmed around the edge. I didn't worry about all the little details on his horns because it doesn't really matter. But a kid's room would look so cute with this, or if you had a playroom or something that you want to use that in, it would work really nicely. Okay, so I do want to show you actually one more thing before we move on. Using photos, another thing that you see a lot are jar displays, and this doesn't really look all that great laying like this, but you kind of can get the feel. You could make a little montage of jars with photos in them, and all you do is roll your photo and stick it in. Now this jar happens to be just 4 inches exactly, so I just trimmed the top off of it. I rolled the photo, dropped it in my jar, and there you go. This would be a fun party decor for like a wedding. For graduation, you could put the child's picture that's graduating throughout the years, all the school pictures or something in there. And these jars are relatively inexpensive, but the nice thing is you can reuse them as well. You can use them in your house just for fun decor too. If you're vacation or something fun that you've done, okay? So I showed you the spring. The spring was a beast to cut out. So I'm going to show it to you with an egg. Now, again, I just went and found some, there's a coloring page, downloaded it, and this is how easy it is to put this together. I'm just going to use this particular paper. I have a second one if I want to lay it over, but I think I'm going to be able to see this through the back. And I'm just going to do strips of adhesive to make sure that I've got everything covered here. And my papers, I've cut a variety of them. They're from Floral Flourish and the Wonder Collection, and well, there was another one. Oh, the Baby Bundle has some stuff in it, and I think there's still one more. I don't remember the last one. I just want to make sure I've got enough adhesive, and I can come back and add more if I want. And then I'm just going to lay my strips down and make sure that I've got everything covered the way that I want them covered. And I want to kind of mix and match thick and thin pieces. Okay, and you want to make sure it's right up against the edge so you're not seeing any of that black that's behind it. But again, I'm just mixing and matching these so that I can get a variety. Of course, you know, once you stick it down, it's down, right? Variety of designs to it. You could get really fancy and do, actually I don't want that one yet, and do scalloped edges. You could border punch these using the Omafel border punch. And if you were doing that, then I would definitely put it on a cardstock or something. This is a border strip. Most of this is scraps that I happen to have, and I just cut them into little strips, but you could easily use border strips as well if you don't want to spend a lot of time cutting things. But you can see how easy it is to just put these together, mix and match colors, because think about Easter eggs. They're really kind of a hodgepodge of colors and designs and things. But I wanted this to be a little bit more grown-up looking so that I could hang it on my wall and have a Easter decor. If you're looking for designs, because one of the other fun things that I found was paper piecings, and paper piecings are so fun. And if you can't find it for paper piecings, look for quilt patterns. Quilt patterns, there are so many of them out there. Since I put this one on here, I'm going to actually tear that off, and that gives me that extra piece. Anyways, check out quilt patterns. They have such fun designs and so many options of things that you can use for your patterns and things. So let's see, let's do one more. We'll end up here with the purple. I'm going to tear that off. Okay, now I can see my design through the back, which is great. So all I'm going to do is take my scissors, and I am going to run my hand over this one more time just to make sure everything is adhered down. So I'm going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut out along that egg line. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is there. And
I can actually see it very easily. I can.
I was surprised how well I could see it, because I thought, oh, I'm going to have to lay this other guy on top of it, but no. And this is so much easier to cut than the spring. And let me give you some tips about cutting words like spring. It's easier if you cut out the insides of the letters before you do the outsides, because then you have some stability. And I used an X-Acto knife for that. It just made it a little bit easier. Okay, so there's that guy. And I'm just going to adhere him on something like this, and I have a 12 by 12 frame. Actually, this guy, I'm not going to put it in there, but I can use this frame, put this in there. I could even put Happy Easter if I wanted to. I could put spring, but that easily used up some scraps and created just this cute egg. Very simple, but easy home decor. Okay, so that's my easy thing there. Then this other one, which we're going to do part of it, but probably not the whole thing, because who the heck wants to watch me fold paper all night? Okay, this is foam core. And the idea with this, I'm not sure why it's not laying flat, but it's not. The idea with this is to create a geometric design with it. Sorry, I'm moving some things out of the way. So I have cut out from Bright and Breezy. Oops, sorry about adjusting that there. Okay, from Bright and Breezy, I've cut out a whole bunch of different papers, and I'm folding them in half. And let me just grab one more, fold it in half. You could go through and score these first if you want to have it fold really easily. That totally works. And I'm going to take my adhesive, and I have a very light line here across the top. And the reason for that is that, oh, and actually I want to fold it this way, sorry. Don't mind me. I am going to use that line to line up my designs, okay? So it's going to look like this, and I'm just going to put adhesive on the back of this guy. And this again is something to put on your wall, just as another way to do some wall decor with your favorite scrapbook papers or colors, and you know, whatever it is that you want in your home during that time or season or holiday. Okay, so then, hello, this one goes, don't mind me, this one goes on this side. And if you're really smart, you would draw another line there so that you have something to keep it perfectly lined up on. You could do this with solid paper as well. It does not have to be done, with pattern paper. It just depends on the look that you want for this. Okay, and then we'll go with this guy. Fold him the other way too. And actually, this is turning out much bigger than I had planned. So if you were doing this, if I was doing this again, whoops, I would do smaller squares, because this is only going to let me do like 2 sets of these. So really, we may do all of them. Okay, here we go with the stripes. Once you get the first one down, all the other ones are easier, because you have something, well, in theory, it's all easier. You have something to line everything up against. The reason for the foam core is it's a good base. It's inexpensive. So, you know, you can, it was a couple of dollars, I think, to buy the foam core. And you can trim it down to size. You can get it different thicknesses. But it's just pretty easy to work with, which is why I grabbed it. I thought about just doing it on poster board or something like that. Now, if I were paying better attention, I would not have put that one there, because that means I just repeated something in the exact same spot. So if you want to kind of vary things up, make sure that you don't put things in the exact same spots. It may not matter. It depends on how much you like to have things exactly the same, or if you prefer to have some variety in things. So I'm not going to use that guy. Let's use this one. You getting the hang of this? Okay, so we just have 2 more sets of squares, and like I said, hindsight, I would definitely have done smaller squares. These are 4-inch squares I'm doing. I think 2-inch squares would be great, because then, oops, I folded it the wrong way. Then you could get more of these. The example that I saw had about 20 of them on there, so it was really fun to see the design kind of build out. But this gives you the idea of what you can do with it. Any questions on anything so far? You're wondering where I learned my mad folding skills? Oh, it's just, you know, hours and hours of folding. Or maybe it's the cutting that you're really enthralled by my cutting skills, right? Just kidding.
We're loving the ease of the tape runner for this kind of a project.
Oh, isn't that nice? Because you don't have to worry about pulling it off or putting it back down. Or, yeah, it does make it very easy. I haven't used stripe yet, so we'll go with stripe. I think I'd remember which way to fold this after doing so many of these. And really, if you were doing a lot of these squares, I would definitely draw in your grid lines just to make your life a little bit easier so that you weren't having to try and guess where things line up. This is a learn by my example type of experience, not by what I do, but what I say. So I've tried it for you and told you that's not a great idea. Do it differently.
Stacy, can you
Yes.
slide your project up a bit?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, this board is 20 by 20, so it does take up a lot of space, and you wouldn't have to necessarily do it this size. It just seemed like a good size to have for a wall decor piece if you wanted to have it have some sort of significant spot in your house. And one more. Let's go with not the stripe. Not that. Oh, wow. We did polka dots, we did stripes. We didn't do the butterfly paper. Okay. Okay, there you go. So you just leave these in a little bit like that. That is what the finished piece looks like. Again, it would probably look better with smaller pieces because then you get more variety in what you're doing. But it's just a fun way to kind of decorate your house, and it's not a big expense. So if you don't like it after a couple months, you make a new one, okay? So that, I believe, is all that I have for you tonight. So again, make an egg with your scraps. Do the word spring if you'd like, or any other word. Look for fun animal things that you might want to do. And we're going to do one more set of points here. So let me take back my control. Okay, there we go. So that concludes home decor. I hope you found some fun ideas of things you can do for your walls. And if you do make something, please share it with us. We love seeing things. Like you saw tonight, some people shared some of their great things they were doing. So, you know, we'd love to see what you have going on. We're going to give away some last points to Cynthia Whitney. Cynthia Whitney, if you will send Lisa E. your Heritage Makers account number or Youngevity ID, we will get those points into your account. So thanks again for joining us. We will see you. Lisa, when are we doing the next one? Okay. Oh, we still need account numbers for our first two winners as well, if you are still on with us. Amy, and I can't remember who the other person was, okay? But we have the next one planned. It's in April 19th. Thanks, Lisa. We'll see you April 19th back here for Photo U, and we'll get the recording up in the next couple of days. Thanks so much, and have a good evening. Bye.